We are live from Boston for an Eastern Conference contest with the Celtics. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, guys, the NBA Players Union recently voted unanimously to fund health care insurance for retired players. Now, Chris Paul, the Players Association's president, said, "We're in this position because of the hard work of the men who came before us. It's important that we take care of our extended NBA family and ensure the well-being of our predecessors." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. A true sign of how caring the NBA is, always looking out for the retired players.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Grant is out there with Levine, and it's Jefferson in at the small forward. Now, here is Morris. Irving from long range. Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got the game going here with the first basket for Boston. And it used to be you could pencil in the Bulls as a top 10 defensive team by most metrics in any given year. But, Greg, the last few seasons, they've just been middle of the pack.
And, you know, over the history of this team, they've always been at their best when they played great defense. You go back to those Jordan years where they were marked by exceptional defense. This last group, led by Derrick Rose, similarly built on a defensive-minded philosophy. Let's just see if they get back to their roots with this new push.
Boston shooting their first free throws of this.
Shooting two.
Free throw good from Brown.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
So he picks up just one from the line that time.
You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
Here's Levine, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Levine passes to Mirotić. Lopez a screen. Levine for 3, and the Bulls with another miss.
Now he's clanking everything to start this game.
Brown with it, now defended by Levine. Smart dishes to Horford. Smart with the ball. Brown outside. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. The Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Grant. Outside Jefferson. Shot clock at 6. And it goes down 2 points.
And they can breathe a little easier on their 4th shot. They finally hit the target.
And so it's Boston with it. Irving kicks to Brown. To the right side. Offensive rebound. Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Oh, you can't forget about Horford. I mean, carving out space inside for the putback.
Bulls trail by 6. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Mirotic, the pass to Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine dishes to Lopez. And it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, the way Horford positions himself as the shot goes up. I mean, his defensive instincts are just absolutely fantastic.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Grant following the basket by Al Horford. Jefferson with it, picked up by Brown. Outside Jefferson. Off target from outside. The Celtics on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. The offensive rebound, out to Morris. In the corner, Horford with it. And too long on the shot.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
And it's Grant in the corner. Here's Lopez. Some solid defense from Brown.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
In the corner, Irving with it. Back to Smart. Lopez with the steal. Outside, Levine. Shoots off the step back. That's good on the jump shot.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Morris a screen. Irving with the ball. Now defended by Levine. This one for 3. Irving, good. Irving's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Celtics.
And Horford really shows off his nice passing with that dime. For a big man, he sees the floor very well.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. For 3, Levine. That shot off. And the Celtics going the other way now. Outside Irving. Kicks to Horford. The lead pushed to double digits. Horford's got 6.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
And the first time out of the game call. Bulls trail by 11. Now, here's Grant. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Mirotic, a screen on Brown. Bangs home the trifecta.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Celtics leading by 8. Pass to Smart. Over in the corner, Brown. Smart kicks to Morris. Dishes to Horford. Lopez with the steal. Grant outside. In the corner, it's Levine. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Horford. He dishes it to Morris. Lopez with the steal. Here's Levine. Here's Mirotic. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
Bulls trail by 8. Now Grant to the middle. Here's Jefferson. Misses off the left iron. Oh, Morris in position. That one doesn't drop.
Highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop steal, though. Still should have went for something better than that.
And counted, and a chance for one more at the free throw line. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. It goes on Jaren Grant.
And just think about this. Kyrie Irving in this single season at Duke, he only played 11 games. He was limited to 11 games. Still, he was the #1 overall pick. That's just game. And then he justified it winning Rookie of the Year. Incredible.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Markkanen, he's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Mirotic. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Jaren Grant. Kyrie Irving with a historically great rookie campaign, but some have said he hasn't improved a whole lot on that big entrance into the NBA.
His defense is still a work in progress, and that's what he has to shore up if he's going to enter the conversation for maybe best point guard in the world. But to me, he's already in that conversation. Artful use of the screen there gains the separation he needs for a good look.
For the 5th time in 5 shots, he remains perfect.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Holiday. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. They set the pick, and Jefferson wide open. He shoots, drains it from beyond the arc. Jefferson's got 8 points.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Picked by Horford. Irving passes to Horford and finished off by Horford.
That's a big boy bucket by Horford. He just used his delicate touch despite getting bodied by the dude. I mean, Al Horford has a complete game. He can hit a big shot. He can get a defensive stop. I mean, even setting a great screen. And let's not forget about his passing. He does it all.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses. And you think about Al Horford setting screens, Chris, he can pick and roll, but he can also pick and pop.
Well, what I like about that, and for those basketball nerds like myself, what that means is he can facilitate. So he's a threat. If he sets the pick, he can hold and finish. But as a defender, you have to be careful because you just can't anticipate that. He can step back and knock down the jump shot. And if he's good at that, what about when he steps back, pump fakes, gives you a hands up, spins, and dunks on you? That's what they're talking about.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. A lot of miscommunication out there.
Boston making a switch here. Rozier's checked in. Portis kicks to Levine. And Tatum pulls it down.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
To the middle, here's Horford. Misses in close.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
And Holiday kicks to Levine. It's Jefferson outside. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Jefferson's got 11 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. Takes a 3. Horford missing again. Bulls trail by 9. Now the pass to Jefferson. Back to Levine. Stolen away. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Outside Jefferson. Again, the miss by Jefferson. Celtics leading by 11. Horford the pass to Rozier. here's Nader. Back to Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
Now here is Holiday. Markkanen sets the pick for Holiday. Can't make good off the screen.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Here's Rozier. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 6 on the shot clock. Kept alive. As the Nader shoots a 3. And no good that time. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Jefferson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, Chris, you played for a number of coaches in your storied career. What's the one thing that the average NBA fan doesn't give coaches enough credit for, would you say?
Well, I would say they don't give coaches enough credit for understanding players. And not just how players play, but understanding players' moods, understanding idiosyncrasies of a guy's just being. And just the fact they're totally immersed in basketball. So the fact that you may have a guy that knows offense, I mean, coach knows offense, he knows defense, he knows styles of plays, he knows more than the offense that he's just bringing to the table. So I would just say I think the overall knowledge and years put in to being a coach is probably the most underestimated attribute by fans.
That's great. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Jordan, arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing errors that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
Levine dishes to Holiday. There's a good screen. Lets it go with a 3. And Tatum pulls it down.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And the dunk by Horford.
Oh, man, Horford, getting loose out there, having a game for himself offensively.
Bulls trail by 15. Screen by Jefferson. Holiday, no one around him. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Holiday's got 5.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And the Bulls making a change here. Felicio's checked in. And here is Horford. He's got 16. Pass to Rozier. Back to Horford. From deep. And the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And Holiday kicks to Markkanen. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Left side, Levine. Markkanen in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Again, Levine missing. Rozier the pass to Horford. From about 16, no good on the buzzer beater. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Celtics lead by 15. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
Bulls trail by 15. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Chicago right now, they've got Markkanen. Portis is out there with Grant. And it's Felicio in at the center. Here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Holiday with the three. It's good from long range. Holiday's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Bulls. Celtics leading by 12. Stolen by Holiday. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. There's the three. Another miss by Holiday.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Bulls trail by 12. Grant kicks to Markkanen. Back to Grant. It's deflected. Here's the break. And here they go. Here's Brown. Kicks to Tatum from outside the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And Holiday, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Holiday's got 10 points.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
I mean, that's just tremendous, stupendous work from Rozier. I mean, he's just so good at zipping the ball over to his teammates.
Holiday, the pass to Felicio. Grant with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Just 5 on the clock. Down low, Portis, and he makes good on the layup.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Out left to the wing. Here's Rozier. They get it again. Bulls trail by 10. The 17-footer. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Grant's got his first points of the night. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
No three-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Cans it from downtown. And now just a 5-point Boston lead. So the Celtics called timeout, their first. And Chris, it's a players' league, and yet the officials, of course, have an impact on games. I'm thinking of a certain Game 6 back in 2002. In your opinion, how does the league ensure greater consistency with the officiating of games?
Well, I promised myself, Kevin, and thanks for bringing up 2002, that I would never think about that aloud. You know, I'm going to have to go lay on somebody's couch after we do this game right here. But I think the league just has to be transparent. They have to let fans know when the ref has messed up. We're all human, so I think it comes into play when you aren't transparent, when you aren't honest with your fans, because we have the smartest fans in any sport, I believe. And so I think transparency is good, but human error is always going to be in there as long as it doesn't go back to the type of human error we saw in 2002.
But Chris, I do sense that is a goal of theirs, and bit by bit they're getting toward that goal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I believe that our league has done some great jobs when it comes to advancing referees and how the game is officiated. When you look at, not only do we have the referee center back in New York, where the referees now can go and get help, and the game is faster. And also, you know, we have 3 refs on the floor, and so and we have the best conditioned refs. And so I think the game is just going to be better because we have passionate refs, we have passionate officials and passionate players, and we're going to work together to make sure that this game is the best for every fan to be presented to, and also that every player has a chance to win a championship and don't have their heart broken.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Full 24-second shot clock. And Boston has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Here's Mirotic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Mirotic, a player who hasn't made quite the jump in development that Chris, I think, his team was open for.
Yeah, Mirotic fans might have their expectations dampened a bit, but he's still a good player. He's had one of the best pump fakes in the game because his shot is so good, but no idea how defenders keep falling for his pump fake. I mean, he uses it all the time.
First one falls for him.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch four and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
Boston making a switch here. Rozier's checked in. And so Mirotic nails both of them. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Bulls have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Celtics making a change here. Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Rozier, the pass to Yabusele. Back to Brown. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here are the Bulls now. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway.
He gets the shot he was looking for and he just can't bury it.
Here's Nader. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And part of analyzing a game can be offering a fourth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance is to remember how I felt when it happened to me. When you're a player, if someone comes with hard, credible evidence, I mean, it's true. You can't take anything personal. But when guys are just criticizing the same jump shot that you made last play, I'm not that guy. So, I try to keep a balance by being fair and honest, first of all, to the fans of that city and that state, and letting them know how great their team is, but also that maybe their team is playing lazy. Maybe look at this effort not out there by the floor. But also, in a blowout game, I also give the team that's losing by 30 just as much respect as I do the winning team, because those guys work just as hard. This is just a specific night they didn't play that well. So I just try to make every game as special as it is to me, from being a kid growing up to being able to play in the league, but then also just being fair. You know, benefit of the doubt first, but if you do 2 or 3 stupid things, then you're a stupid player that night. You know, just being honest, having fun. And I've gotten some calls from players, and I don't care. You know, I'm not hard to find. I just try to have fun, be honest, and no hard feelings.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and great get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brooke can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe.
Lopez, now this guy, he's a reliable role player, a stiff defender, and an intelligent shooter as well.
Both free throws good from Lopez.
Well, and Robin Lopez, the big piece that came to the Bulls in the Derrick Rose trade. He's always been a solid center, plays solid defense on the block, and isn't lost when it's stretched out. He does a good job of protecting the rim as well.
Here's Brown. Boston, no good that time either.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Grant outside. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Grant's got his second bucket tonight.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
And with Robin Lopez, a very imposing player on the court, but he's also one of the more colorful characters, Chris, in the league. A very, very funny guy.
Well, I don't know what happened with him and mascots as a kid, but he's been taking his revenge out on them his whole career. He brings a great vibe to the locker room that helps with that team chemistry.
Irving from long range. That one doesn't go. It's his 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Outside Holiday to the inside. Tries again, and it's Lopez laying it in. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Picked by Horford. Back to Irving. Celtics passing it around. Feeds to Smart. There's the triple. The kick out to Irving. Fires the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists in the game. Now, here's Grant. Outside Holiday. Shoots over Brown. Again, Holiday missing.
That's a shot that will drive his teammates crazy. There's just no reason to take it. He should have kicked it back out and reset the offense. Good movement there. And the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
Bulls trail by 3. Grant kicks to Felicio. Back to Grant, and Mirotic has it in the corner. Another 3 for Chicago.
Look at that fast release of Mirotic. Just remarkable as a big fella. As soon as the ball arrives, he's prepared to let it go.
Morris with a screen on Grant. Dish now to Brown. Launches a 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Some changes for Chicago. Jefferson comes in for Felicio. And Levine subbed in for Justin Holiday. The Bulls have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
He hits the second from the line. Boston trailing. Now Irving. 16 points for him. The feed to Horford. He kicks it to Smart. Stolen by Levine. And here's the fast break. 14 feet away. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Levine's got 5 points so far.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Morris with a screen on Jefferson. Pass to Smart. Launches it. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Chicago has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Mirotic the screen. Here's Grant. An easy 2 points on the layup. He has 6.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
And here's Morris for 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Grant, right side, down low. Here's Lopez. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
There's no quitting Lopez, even when he's getting hammered. He finishes with his soft touch.
Tatum, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. For Chicago, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Here's Irving. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
And he makes the first. Well, Chris, you can't shortchange this roster, but their coach, Brad Stevens, one of the best in the game.
Well, you remember his 6 years at Butler? He took them to the title game twice. I mean, what he's done with this team is no less impressive.
Grant outside. Screen by Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Well, Lopez is a strong big man. He excels at absorbing contact and then finishing over the defense.
Irving dishes to Smart. Picked by Horford. Here's Irving, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Open shot. Jefferson. Rebounded by the Celtics. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Jefferson. In the corner, it's Levine. And the Bulls, another 3.
He played a very solid first quarter, and now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. Nice ball movement by Boston. The 19-foot shot. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Grant with the ball. Outguarded by Smart. Grant kicks to Mirotic. Screen by Jefferson. Mirotic passes to Levine. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Irving for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Grant kicks to Lopez. He feeds it to Jefferson. It's stolen by Morris. Tatum dishes to Smart. Here's Irving. And he misses the fast break layup.
He hasn't been his best this quarter.
In the corner, it's Jefferson. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists tonight.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Picked by Horford. And here is Irving. 23 points in the game. This is DeMorris. Lock at 6. The 19-foot shot. Here's Irving. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wily, strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
Lopez a screen. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'll probably see more arguments on those illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call, but guys never think they're moving.
Irving for three. Up again.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Bulls up by 6. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, what made the difference over the course of the first half to get that momentum change in your favor?
Well, we finally buckled down and started getting some stops. We've done a poor job making them feel us. We've got to make them more comfortable out there on the floor.
Defensive activity leads to offensive results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
The first
Show.
half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. It was a shaky first quarter for Chicago. They were completely overwhelmed and unable to play any sort of defense early and were in a blowout situation by the end of the period. In the second quarter, it was a whole new ballgame. Instead of getting pushed around, they were the team dictating the style and the pace and are now 6 points in front. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they were consistent from downtown. The playmakers found open shooters, and the shooters delivered and knocked down shots on a high level. In some ways, it came down to confidence. We'll see if they have that same swagger in the second half.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
When you think about giving up 3 or 4 extra turnovers, that can mean 8 or 9 points at the other end. That's why every coach preaches it. Take care of the basketball. Bottom line, they need to protect the ball and play under control.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back to Boston, the buildings of the financial district visible in all their glory. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at... the Bulls leading by 6. We've got Aaron Baines on out there with Rozier. Then it's Tatum. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Back to Grant. Here's Mirotic. 4 on the shot clock. Lopez a screen. Fades away. Offensive rebound. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Well, the Celtics shooting around 40% from the floor here. Rozier the pass to Tatum. This one for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Jefferson kicks to Levine. He dishes it to Lopez.
Terrific defensive instincts on display there to get one of his big paws on the ball. Fantastic job.
And it's rare for rookies to come into the NBA ready at the defensive end. But you know what, C-Web? Jaylen Brown already more than solid.
Well, yeah, I mean, he has a great frame. He plays physical. He's in a great system, and he wants it. He'll only get better with time. Well, the big story from the Bulls last offseason was trading Jimmy Butler. It had to be. He had strife with the front office, problems with players. both sides seem to want to move on.
Al Horford is checked in for the Celtics. There's a screen. Grant kicks to Levine. The pass to Lopez. 8 feet away. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Horford. Chris, as you said, the strength of this Bulls team last season came from Wade and Butler. And speaking of Wade, what better a player to act as a mentor for this team than Dwayne Wade?
Well, it's hard to get fair value for a guy like Butler. It was clear that Chicago needed to mix things up. Now, Levine, I really like his game. He can really help this team. And they, marketing, that's decent.
For the 3, and it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
And Horford, in his 9th season in the league, started making a three-pointer a big part of his offensive game. I mean, it's a shot you have to respect.
Grant dishes to Mirotic. Outside, Levine. And he banks in the layup. Levine's got 10.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Rozier. Misses the 3. Chicago leading by 8. Grant kicks to Mirotic. They get a hand on it. Levine against Brown. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Grant the pass to Mirotic. Jefferson kicks to Mirotic. Back to Jefferson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. The Bulls get it back in a new 24. And Lopez gets it to go.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now a timeout called by Boston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Outside Irving. Pass to Brown. Back to Irving. Shoots over Grant. And it will go. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Kyrie Irving.
There's no defense in the world that can contain Irving. His jump shot is just too quick.
Mirotic, the screen.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Well, the one thing you notice about the Celtics, they look for players with a chip on their shoulder. They want players with that inner fire, that love competition.
And you look up and down the Celtics roster, Chris, a lot of guys who play with a chip on their shoulder.
Well, that's how you build a culture. It rubs off on the other players. I mean, you have to find those guys, though. It's not something you can teach.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
Well, the Bulls last year were just dreadful from deep. I mean, they were one of the worst three-point percentages in the league. They just didn't have enough consistent shooters to spread the floor.
And, Chris, for the Bulls last season, they knew shooting from distance would be an issue for them. At least it was something they tried to avoid.
Well, you can't have success without having a deep threat or two. Bulls learned that the hard way last season. With a completely revamped roster, they hope for better results from outside. Look, that matches his three-point total from the first half. He had one in the first, now he's got one in the second.
In the corner, Smart with it. Boston, no good that time either. Chicago leading by 11. Jefferson kicks to Grant. Here's the three. Rebound, Boston. Morris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Over in the corner, Brown. In the corner, Irving with it. Off target from outside. For Chicago, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And there's Mirotic on the assist by Levine. Levine's got 4 assists in the game. Boston's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Passes to Smart. The 3. But they recover it.
They are really crashing the offensive glass, and it's paying off for them.
Levine wide open. Drops in the tray. Levine's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Bulls.
He is dominating this quarter. He sees a soft spot in the D, and he's attacking.
Irving drives in. It's stolen by Jefferson. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
So for the Bulls, Felicio's checked in for Jefferson, and Justin Holiday subbed in for Jared Grant. Holiday against Brown. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. On defense, the Celtics. They trail by 16. Now, here is Mirotic, guarded by Smart. Mirotic gets the bucket.
When Mirotic decides to go strong to the hole, taking long strides to the basket, it's so hard to come.
Shot to stop the run. He doesn't hit that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Pass to Felicio. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Horford.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Irving kicks to Smart. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 6 points for Marcus Smart.
And that's how you build confidence in your shot. Smart, able to set his feet off the catch and shoot.
The pass to Felicio. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Kicks to Lopez. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Terry Rozier's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Chicago also making a switch. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second. Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
And that one falls for Mirotic.
Now, Mirotic, he has a skill set perfectly tailored for today's game. A big man who can shoot. It's exciting to watch him the ball.
Here's Irving. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, and if you remember in college with the Gators, you know, Al Horford played power forward. Power forward, center, they're the same now. But he's been out of position his entire NBA career, so you have to give him credit for playing tough night in and night out.
And as the league has moved to emphasize skill, it seems like things, Chris, are tipping Horford's way as far as him manning that center position.
Yeah, but you still have to be able to score inside. And so for Horford, we saw in the playoffs, you have to make your presence known inside. Though you're a big fella, you have to average a lot of rebounds, or you have to be physical inside. You still have to make your presence and your size known.
Morris with the bucket.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
And Holiday kicks to Portis, feeds it to Mirotic, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
There's the dish to Horford, the feed to Smart. And here's Morris for three. Again, the miss by Morris. The Bulls leading by 17. Here's Holiday. Horford with the rebound. Boston shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, the rest of the team is searching for their offense, but he's kept his foot on the gas.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. First one falls for Markkanen. He's checked in for Chicago. Both free throws good from Holiday.
Well, and the Celtics bringing in Brad Stevens as head coach in 2013. That same summer, they made their blockbuster trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
Hits it from 3-point range. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Holiday. Celtics trail by 16. Oh, Morris in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
That's just outstanding awareness from Irving right there. Remarkable at finding his guys when they're wide open.
Well, Chicago's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Lets it go. And another basket for Boston.
Hey, look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
The Bulls leading by 12. Here's Markkanen. They get it back. That one, no good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. That shot off.
No reason he couldn't have taken more time and finished that one off. Disappointing miss for sure.
No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Portis kicks to Levine. Lets the 3 fly. Nailed from 3-point land. Levine's got 13 points in the second half.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them. Didn't know or his expectations. Never played with them. So, no, I never saw it coming.
And Holiday kicks to Levine. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And it's now 23 points for Zach LaVine.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Tatum. Back to Brown. Shot clock at 5. In the corner. Tatum with it. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
Snatched away. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
Rozier, he's checked in for the Celtics. Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right, and master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor, just doesn't do anything great. Having said that, though, Tatum is one of those guys that I think improves the overall IQ of your team, and terrific size at his position.
Outside Holiday. Markkanen in the corner. Here's Felicio. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Brown against Holiday. They swipe it. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
What speed in transition. Brown just slashing down the court for the high percentage shot.
The Bulls leading by 13. Levine kicks to Holiday. Back to Levine. They set the pick. Off the screen. Yep, that one goes in there. Levine's got 25 points.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
He kicks to Holiday. 27 seconds left in the third. Outside, Levine. 5 on the clock. Here's Markkanen. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 5 assists tonight.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
They grab their own miss. Good D by Holiday.
He's not especially strong in the basket. All the defense did was make their presence felt, and it was enough to make him feel uncomfortable releasing out.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll return shortly. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it.
Some of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Taking a look at the Bulls, Grant is out there with Zach Levine. Then it's Jefferson. Then there's Markkanen. And it's Portis in at the 4 slot. There's a screen. Grant kicks to Levine. It's stolen by Brown. And up the court come the Celtics on the break.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
The Bulls leading by 14. Inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The first free throw is good.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
Here's Rozier, guarded by Levine. The 3. Levine with the rebound. Levine's got 4 rebounds in this game. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Grant. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 6 assists in the game. Rozier, the pass to Baines. Over Markkanen. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Levine against Brown. This is to Grant. Lopez outside. Back to Grant. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Celtics making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Here's Rozier. Horford with the screen on Levine. Brown outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
Oh, you love to see Brown knock down the three ball, showing great strides in improving his range.
Grant with the ball. Over to the left wing. Here's Lopez. And sticking right with it. Gets the foul with the bucket. And he'll go to the line.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
Celtics trail by 17. Here's Rozier. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out.
Screen by Jefferson. Markkanen dishes to Levine. Shoots over Brown. And that one hits back iron.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look. He like that, man.
Here's Rozier. Horford. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
How about that? All in one motion. Horford cleaning up at the rim with authority.
So it's Chicago now. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Markkanen kicks to Grant. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
To the wing on the left. Now here's Brown. To the paint. Lopez with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Jefferson.
And the athleticism Jefferson possesses, really impressive. A rangy forward who plays with intensity on both ends.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Rozier. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. And he ends up missing both free throws. Celtics trail by 15. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Jaren Grant. First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second. Chicago leading by 14. Jefferson inside. And it's sent back by Horford. And he's able to get it back. Here's Brown. Rebound by the Bulls. Mirotic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Levine. Misses off the left iron.
Give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Here's Horford. Rebound collected by Levine. Levine's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Brown over to help. Levine kicks to Mirotic. From the arc. And the Bulls with another miss. Celtics have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Irving passes to Tatum. Back to Irving. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Bulls have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Grant against Irving, and Lopez has it in the corner. Levine inside the three-point line. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Levine's got 27. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Irving from long range. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Deflects the pass. Outside, Levine. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Horford dishes to plug of that.
And what amazing athleticism from Brown, putting on a show out there with slams like that.
The Bulls leading by 14. Grant kicks to Jefferson. The layup missed. Boston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
They set the screen. Off the screen, hits the front of the rim and out.
You can't be missing shots like that in the post. That'll get you a spot over there.
And a dunk by Horford.
Well, that's all you have to do is lob it up. Horford is effective at finishing it in that alley.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. Chicago calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustment.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Zach LaVine.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. Morris is checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Tatum. And Chicago also making a switch. Holiday's checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. Even though they're ahead, he said these guys are capable of catching fire. They can score a lot in a little. I don't want to see anybody easing up until the final whistle. Guys.
It's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Well, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the ball.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Well, I know his father was a hooper, and I think that's why, we all love the skill set that Irving has. He's just a dynamic scorer. He's an impressive ball handler. And don't forget a clutch performer.
And Mirotic kicks to LaVine. Back to Mirotic. He feeds it to Lopez. Bulls moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Lopez a screen. Here's Holiday. That shot no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Brown the pass to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's now 37 points for Kyrie Irving.
He is shooting the lights out from outside.
Holiday against Irving. There's the pick. And Holiday kicks to LaVine. Screen by Jefferson. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Holiday. And it's sent back by Horford. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. LaVine kicks to Holiday. Knocks down the 3-ball. Holiday's got 19 points.
He is a dangerous outside shooter, and if you leave him open, he can bury them consistently.
Irving from long range. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. To the middle, here's Lopez, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Lopez is a long, wily guy. Remarkable at utilizing his size, especially inside, where he has the respect of the defense.
The Bulls making a switch here. Payne's checked in. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Here's Morris. Here's Horford. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Horford's got 32 points.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally, the run they needed to get back into this one.
Well, look, they finally found the energy. They needed to make this one a ball game again. Now, can they get the lead?
Lopez a screen. And Mirotic kicks to Lopez. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Chris Dunn's checked in for Payne. Tries a three off the inbound. Mirotic's shot is off.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Count it. 14 points for Jaylen Brown.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Irving. Pass to Levine. Mirotic sets the screen for Levine. Shot clock at 6. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Horford. Brown kicks to Smart. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now just a 5-point Bulls lead.
Oh, that's one of those buckets that stand out. Nice play by Smart.
Here's Levine. Cans the 12-footer. Levine's got 32 points.
That's a mix-up by the D on that play. Not many guys you can afford to leave all alone from mid-range. Lucky for the defense.
Outside Irving. Morris outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Now, these shots are important for Morris to make, demonstrating why he is seen as a leader of this group.
The Bulls leading by 4. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Bulls gave us some information. He told me that, in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on when David gives us updates on it. Well, it's clear they want to try to come back and win this game, but that's not going to happen if he's taking shots like that.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking.
And one area of concern for Dunn, hitting his free throws with consistency, because he has the temperament to draw fouls.
Brown dishes to Morris. Back to Brown. Morris passes to Irving. Over Dunn. Irving can't get it to go.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
I mean, the truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Grant, he's checked in for Chicago. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Now Irving. There's 57 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Well, perhaps he believes that he'll be able to shoot himself out of this slump, but I don't see it. He needs to quit shooting those threes.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 9. And Grant drops them both. And Boston has possession. Here's Smart. Boston again missing. Pass to Mirotic, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here's Brown outside. The shot, no good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Levine, and he drops it in from the low post. Levine's got 34 points.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
It's stolen by Jefferson. And here is Grant. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.